Well, hi, everyone. Craig Daly here with Touchstone Essentials. I'm here with Dr. Robert Greenberg, who holds a PhD in biochemistry and is a doctor of chiropractic. Dr. Greenberg, welcome.
Well, thank you, Craig. I'm so happy to be here today with you.
Yeah, it's good to have you here. Today, we're going to discuss 9 reasons why you should drink a green drink every day. And of course, we're going to talk about a specific green drink, Super Green Juice by Touchstone Essentials. But there are a lot of green drinks out there that give you great benefits. I don't believe there's anything like Touchstone Essentials Super Green Juice. But let's start by talking about each one of those 9 points. And the first one that comes to mind as I think about it, because this is a green juice, there's a lot of greens in this product. What do greens do? I know alkalization is one of those things. Can you tell us what the importance of alkalizing the body is and what specific ingredients in Super Green Juice help to do that?
Well, absolutely. And I think that's a great place to start as well. Alkalizing the body comes from foods that contain alkaline minerals, most notably magnesium and potassium. These minerals create what we call a buffer reserve. A buffer is a system in the body that you probably are aware of that actually regulate pH in the body. And we need these minerals in order to build these buffering systems. So without these minerals, we don't create the buffers. Without the buffers, we can't help regulate pH. So adding these minerals to our diet, to our program, to our reserve is really like money in the bank. It gives us the ability to draw on them whenever we need and to buffer that onslaught of acids that we might be taking in from dietary sources or those cheat days when we stray from our diets a little bit.
That makes a lot of sense. Is it true that if my buffer system is not working properly, it could actually draw from the bones and create some issues that way?
Well, that's exactly what we're most worried about, is we don't want those minerals leached from the bones in order to just buffer our system. When I say just, I don't want to minimize that, because if our blood pH should drop, it can lead to very serious conditions. And of course, in a very serious extreme case, of course, to death as well. So it's something we want to regulate. And fortunately, our body has these amazing buffer systems. We just need to give it the nourishment, the nutrition, these alkaline minerals that the body needs to create its buffers.
Awesome. That's great. Also in Super Green Juice, there are it's built with whole foods, right? Whole food plants, whole food plant compounds. And with those whole foods come vitamins and minerals that are in a whole food form. Can you tell us why this is important?
Well, absolutely. If we think about our soil is depleted and it's overworked. And so consequently, the food that we grow from the soil is going to also be depleted. Years ago, when I was a kid, somebody could easily return to health by just eating food. That really is no longer the case anymore. And we've been talking about that for years. Our food is weak. It doesn't have the vitamins and the minerals that it once had in it. We've got to supplement our diet. And unfortunately, and here's the big unfortunate, supplementing often means taking in synthetic compounds or taking in compounds that actually are toxic or have heavy metal burdens to them. And they can actually be incredibly dangerous for us. And we're taking them and believing that what we're doing is actually helping the body, and we're really not. So the best way to get this is through whole food, natural and organic sources. Whole foods are where the body was designed to bring these things in, all of these nourishments, all of these vitamins, all of these minerals. That's the way our body prefers it, and you can't beat that natural way.
Yeah, and it makes sense to me that the body knows how to take care of and utilize, break down, absorb, and get all the benefit out of a whole plant, right? I mean, Mother Nature created those plants, and our bodies are built to utilize those plants in an effective way?
You nailed it, the nail on the head, and that is that we can take synthetic replacement vitamins and minerals, but they don't have the cofactors, they don't have the vitality, they're not in the synergistic form that they are in nature, that nature provides. And so I really think that that is a superior way. And fortunately, this gives us a natural, organic, simplistic way to get everything in without having to really watch our diet so carefully of every single thing we place into our system.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Well, also in super green juice, there are 1 million colony forming units of probiotics. Can you just tell everybody what the importance of probiotics are, maybe even prebiotics, and why they should include them in their diets?
Well, probiotics are actually healthy and good bacteria. They are found in numerous places, most prevalently in our digestive system. We now know, we being science now knows that we have more bacterial cells in our body than we actually do human or animal cells in our body. So we really are a collection of bacterial cells.
That's amazing to me. I can't believe that's true, but it's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
It's
And so
fascinating.
if we want to stay healthy, we have to regulate this colony, which we call the microbiome of bacteria. And we need to make it as strong and as healthy as we possibly can, because this does so much good. Our gut bacteria, we often think of it in relationship to, oh gosh, just our digestion, but it really is so much more than that. Our gut bacteria, our microbiome, these bacteria actually synthesize so many different molecules that we need to function properly, like short chain fatty acids, like neurotransmitters, for instance, dopamine and GABA, serotonin. All of those are secreted, synthesized by our microbiome. And of course, we know about K2 being the vitamin that's synthesized there. So if we don't have a healthy microbiome, we're not just talking about affecting our digestive system, but we really are talking about a lot of other possible potential benefits in improving our microbiome.
Well, we talk about, and you hear a lot about the gut-brain connection, right? And this has a big thing to do with brain-gut connection. Is that right?
That's exactly right. Because of these neurotransmitters that these bacteria actually synthesize, those are the ones that we talk about so much in relationship to how we think and how we handle emotions and whether we're stressed out. So there is a huge gut-brain connection, and it really is happening in the bacteria of our gut.
Wow, that's fascinating to me. Well, the next point is adaptogenic herbs or adaptogens. These adaptogens and phytonutrients that are found in superfoods, that are in these plants, that are in super green juice. What are adaptogens? Why are they so important? And how can they benefit people? And why should people include them in their diet regularly?
Well, great question, and I'm very biased in this question because I think adaptogens are one of the most important things that we need to have in our diet. Adaptogens are plants, or they can even be mushrooms as well, that help our body respond to stress, anxiety, fatigue, and really help regulate overall well-being of our entire body. So they are vital. Today's world is so rapid and so stressful and so anti-adaptogen, if you will. We need these adaptogens, and they are vital. And the beautiful thing about super green juice is that we have some wonderful adaptogens in there, specifically eleuthero root, rhodiola, which is really my all-time favorite adaptogen, and ginseng. And they do an amazing job of returning the body back to a state of balance.
Yeah, and you hear a lot of times energy from these types of products or ingredients, but it's not necessarily energy like you think. Certainly not a caffeine energy, but it's kind of a long, sustained energy, right, that comes from just helping the body to adapt. Is that right?
Well, that is the way that we're not seeing an artificial boost like we would be in caffeine, like you mentioned. There are a number of improvements that have been defined by research. Research has shown that adaptogens can boost energy. It can reduce anxiety. It can even help with depression. It supports adrenal function. It may improve our brain health. It helps us in weight loss. It obviously helps us in stress management. It can even increase athletic performance. And most importantly, it can really slow signs of aging, which is what we're all after, is trying to slow down that very rapid, aggressive movement.
Yeah, I'm feeling that one myself. I totally understand. Well, adaptogens sound like they're fantastic, fantastic ingredients in something like a super green juice, and the benefit of getting that every day is pretty obvious. Thank you for that explanation. Let's move on to number 5, and that is immunity. Right now, everybody's thinking about immunity, right? We want to strengthen our immunity. Can you tell us what substances in super green juice really help to improve immunity?
Well, gosh, there are so many different substances actually in super green juice. We really could spend much longer than this period of time together just talking about some of those health benefits. So I am going to take and focus a little bit primarily on mushrooms, because I think this is where mushrooms really, really stand out. Mushrooms do a number of things that benefit our immune response. One of them is mushrooms lower oxidative stress. And oxidative stress actually causes a stress to our immune response and depresses it. So anything that can alleviate or lower oxidative stress is going to help. So number 1, mushrooms do that. Number 2, mushrooms produce something called beta glucans, and beta glucans actually stimulate our immune response. And finally, mushrooms increase the production in our body of vital cytokines. These vital cytokines promote immune activity, and like lymphokines or interleukins, these are cytokines that actually stimulate the immune response. And I couldn't walk away from the immune question without at least mentioning goji berries and pomegranate. And even though they're not mushrooms, they have such great amount of a positive effect on the immune response that I didn't want to not cover those as well.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. That immunity and boosting immunity is on everybody's mind today. So thank you. Cardiovascular issues are the number 1 killer in America, and we have to obviously everybody. It helps everybody to know exactly what to do to focus on heart health and improve heart health. What are some things in super green juice that help us focus on the heart and improve our cardiovascular health?
Well, that's a great question. And there are some specific things. First, from a generality perspective, and that is that if, again, we can lower the antioxidants, we can increase antioxidants, lower oxidative stress, we actually diminish the stress on the cardiovascular system. That's been well proven. But specifically, there are flaxseed and chia seed. And what is so beautiful about both of these is they actually have a higher concentration of omega-3s than they do omega-6s. And what these omega-3 do is they actually have cardioprotective mechanisms to them. They lower LDL cholesterol, they have anti-inflammatory, and they actually even have anti-arrhythmic properties, and they lower blood pressure. So there's a number of positive effects that just chia and flaxseed have on their own. However, there's 2 more things that I want to tell you about. One of them is very simple, it's fiber. And just a single dose of super green juice has 3 grams of fiber in it. And research clearly indicates that as we increase our fiber intake, we increase our cardioprotective environment in our body, and our incidence of related conditions diminishes substantially. And lastly, something that we don't always connect because it's not an actual ingredient in this product is nitric oxide. But nitric oxide is actually made when our body breaks down all the wonderful greens that are found in this product. It produces nitric oxide, and nitric oxide is a cardioprotective molecule, and it lowers blood pressure. It changes the vascular tone. It inhibits platelet aggregation, which of course can lead to clots, and leukocyte adhesion, which also causes clotting or higher viscosity of the blood. So together, this is a great product that really makes a difference in our cardiovascular system.
Wow, sounds amazing. I'm excited about that. I wasn't even thinking about nitric oxide. That sounds like a wonderful thing. Thanks for sharing that. Number 7, digestive enzymes are in this product. Can you tell us a little bit about digestive enzymes, why they're important? And the thing that's always intriguing to me is the difference between digestive and metabolic enzymes.
Well, digestive enzymes are in this product very specifically in order to very simply help our body break it down, utilize it, digest it, and absorb it. And we find that as we get older, as we may be sick or ill, or even in a weakened condition, when we need nutrients the most, our body has the hardest time in bringing those nutrients in. So putting enzymes in there helps us break that down and do it. And a great example of that is cellulase, which is an enzyme in there. And cellulase actually helps break down all of the plant cell walls found in the product. And there is a tremendous amount of plant products because this is coming from natural organic foods. So without it, our body can break that down, but it's limited. It goes through the bacteria in our gut, and it goes through a fermentation product or process. And in that process, we don't get all the nutritional value out of it. But simply by putting something like cellulase in there, we actually are able to break it down and utilize it. Your other question is something that most people never think about, and that is that our body produces metabolic enzymes. It produces digestive enzymes. And if it's busy doing one or the other, the body may become deficient at that. And most often it happens with digestive enzymes first. So that digestive enzymes are needed. And so our body switches what it's making from metabolic to digestive. And oftentimes that places a stress on our metabolic system. So believe it or not, by supplementing or augmenting our diet with these digestive enzymes, we're not only helping those things that we talked about, getting the nourishment in better, but we're actually helping metabolic processes as well.
And when we talk about metabolic processes, we're talking about just the different functions of the body, right? I don't just in case some listeners might not know what we're talking about when we say metabolic processes. What specifically are metabolic processes?
Well, just about everything that the body does. The body does to short of the digestive process, whether it's making energy, whether it's removing waste products, all of those things are dependent upon enzymes. And enzymes, by the way, are dependent upon pH, going back to your very first question. So you begin to see how all of this is tied together. And if I'm just taking enzymes without the proper pH, or if I'm just creating a pH that isn't proper for the enzymes, but when you're doing all of these things together, there is a synergistic effect that happens that doesn't happen when I do these things sort of a la carte, if you will.
Yeah. Great. Thank you for that explanation. All right, number 8. While this isn't a detox formula per se, can a green drink like Super Green Juice help detox the body?
Yes, absolutely. That's a real simple question, and it's a very simple answer. And a few of the ingredients that are found in there that I'd really like to highlight are like spirulina. And that is a known product that boosts liver function. In addition, it contains high amounts of chlorophyll. And chlorophyll is just an amazing product for binding to heavy metals. Chlorella is found in this product as well. And chlorella is just a great product for bowel, colon, liver, and even the bloodstream cleansing. So it's a great product for all of that. Sea kelp is in this product, and sea kelp has something called alginates, and alginates are wonderful for detoxification. Cilantro is another ingredient I want to highlight. Cilantro, in my mind, is one of the finest heavy metal chelators that we can possibly find, so it's wonderful. Milk thistle is in here, and milk thistle, of course, is the master liver detox herb that's found in there. So any detox regime and program should have something like this as an anchor to help it along. Parsley is a wonderful detoxifier for the whole body. It actually cleanses the whole body. It's a great thing. And the last herb I want to just mention is dandelion, because it's one of my favorite herbs. It provides detoxification for not only the liver, but also for the kidney as well. It's just a great balance. So you're getting all of these detoxification products, ingredients in this one product. So again, it's the synergistic approach.
So taking this super green juice along with our PBX or our zeolite product is a great combination.
Absolutely. It would enhance detoxification. It will speed it up. It will make it more thorough and more complete. And it really will provide you with the nourishment that your body needs as you go through detoxification anyway. So there's so many things to really appreciate about super green juice. It really is a complete product.
Awesome. And the final question is about antioxidants. This product is loaded with superfoods, so we know there are lots of antioxidants in there. Can you just tell us the importance of antioxidants and why we need them on a regular basis?
Well, we kind of cheated a little bit on that question, in that we've talked about antioxidants almost in every category. And did you notice that I specifically mentioned that in order to help the heart or to help the immune system, or one of the ways is to lower our oxidative stress. Well, oxidative stress is caused by these little things called free radicals. And how are free radicals formed? Well, living life causes free radicals, whether it's exercise, whether it's diet, whether it's stress, whether it's pollution and toxins. All of these things cause free radicals. And free radicals are atoms or groups of atoms that have an electron that have been stripped from them. So they are highly reactive and very unstable. And what they do is they react with everything in our body, and they cause damage. They damage the cell wall of whatever cell we're talking about in our body. Whether it's an erythrocyte, whether it is a tissue cell wall, it damages that. And they will also even damage DNA. And that can change the structure of DNA and, of course, increase aging. So we know that we have got to lower these free radicals. And the way to lower free radicals is to give them food that is abundant in all of these free electrons. So those are called reducing agents. So all the things that you refer to as greens and grasses that have all this abundance of these electrons are free donators, and they donate this and they stop this free radical pathology from progressing. And so it's a great process to not only help that. No, so finally, and ultimately, it's a great place, I guess, to kind of draw it together, is that oxidative stress can really be kind of the crux to inflammation. And inflammation, as we know, has really been the key marker for looking at any disease and any condition and any problem found in the body. So if we can lower oxidative stress with high electron donors like the grasses and like all the greens that are there and all the berries and the mushrooms and everything else found in this product, we can actually quench that and do so much good in so many different areas of our body.
Wow. You know what? You think about a green juice and it sounds so simple, but it's complicated, but offers so much, doesn't it?
It is, but the nice thing about it is whether you know this or not, it still has the same wonderful effect on you, which is that I really love it. But
Yeah.
what I really like about this product, and by the way, this is for me as an individual. I take this product and I do it every day. And I have tried products for many, many decades that have been green-based products, and they don't work for me. And the reason they don't work for me is that they're harsh on my system. I end up getting allergic type of reactions like increased histaminic reactions or even mucus formation in the body. I feel sometimes an up and then a down. I never get that with this. It is just this wonderful source of energy and vitality that makes me feel good through the entire day. And so I don't know what more I can say about it than to say I really take this product every day, and I've got access to take anything and everything that I choose to take.
Yeah, and I take this one every day too, and you do feel that energy and vitality. Well, folks, thank you for spending some time with us. There are 9 reasons you should drink a green drink every day, and specifically Super Green Juice by Touchstone Essentials. Thanks. Have a wonderful day, everybody.